Hey everybody. You know, the title does say it down below. It says Walmart has arrived in Patterson. And if you see the 43-minute video that I did, and four separate videos, if you will, three main ones before the last one, you kind of get an idea of what I mean. But, one question a lot of people have always had, and this is basically sort of a response to something that was released years ago. See, years ago, a film company released something called The High Cost of Something, The High Cost of Walmart Coming to a Small Community. And how it always seems to shut down a lot of the companies, a lot of the businesses there. Well, apparently, Walmart here, from what I've read online, does not want that to happen. They want people to support their communities. They want them to support the small businesses. That wasn't more proven than yesterday when we had basically Walmart gave away about $60,000 worth in funds to a lot of charities, a lot of the businesses. A lot of the charities, businesses, outdoor activities and community, activities and stuff like that. They gave checks of amounting to $15,000 or $15,000 to host, to the fire department, volunteer fire department, youth soccer, and I think even the small community businesses. So basically, Walmart does not want, small businesses to suffer. But you have to understand, though, for anybody that's probably experienced this themselves, you have to understand why Walmart decides to finally come to a community, like say here in Patterson. And you see, it's not just because of the fact that they decide to, it's mainly because the people want it. That's right, the people want it. You see, years ago, about 2-3 years ago, at the Apricot Fiesta here in town, which is our annual summer festival, or kickoff to summer festival, there was a booth, sort of like in the beginning of right in the middle of, sort of at the start of one of the streets. When you go down the street, you always have these little booths, whether it's for pets, veterinarians, vets, if you will, glasses, whatever you want to call it. You usually have these little umbrella, sort of I can't think of the name right now. You sort of have these cantaloupes, if you will, popping up. You have these cantaloupes, these big umbrella kind of like shield things, if you will, to shield you from the sun. Basically, they had one of those up, and they had the table, information and everything, even asking you to sign the petition or sign the document asking if you would like to have a Walmart in your community. And everybody, just about the entire town came out saying they wanted the Walmart. About the entire town came out saying they wanted the Walmart. And for months, it went to the city council. People were invited to go to City Hall. In fact, they had it in one of the Patterson irrigator papers. It showed a picture of City Hall, basically the hall itself, basically the entranceway the waiting room, if you will, where you stand in line to pay like your bills and stuff and all that, was completely packed for this meeting because they wanted the Walmart here. And when it was announced that it was finally coming, sure, a lot of us pretty much figured, it'll probably just be a Walmart that sells clothes, electronics, toys, just like what Walmart used to do when it first started. But when word got out that it was going to be the biggest Walmart in Stanislaus County, and if not one of the biggest in California, only then did it dawn on us, this is going to be a freaking supercenter, a hypermart, if you will. And it proved that. And it proved to be just that, because not only did we see kind of like the layout, the plan of what it was going to look like, but we also saw what was going to be coming afterwards. Now you take a look at it now and you say, there's no way anything else could come because it's taking up the entire parking lot. The parking lot's taking up everything. Actually, there's more room than you think. They still have some fences up. And why do they have these fences up? Because they're still working on getting some stuff built there. They're going to be basically, because of the super center coming, they're going to be building other things like a Panda Express, possibly an Applebee's, other things, maybe a GameStop. We're not really sure yet. But because of the fact that Walmart is now here in this community, we're going to get a lot more businesses coming, our way. Now again, I will be honest, Walmart was not really welcome. Not a lot of people welcomed Walmart with open arms. Quite honestly, they didn't. They didn't welcome it with, let me check my time here. They didn't entirely welcome it with open arms, if you will. Oh. I moved my camera a little bit. But they didn't entirely welcome it with open arms, if you know what I mean. They didn't entirely welcome it with open arms. And I'll tell you why. There was one lady, and check my time here because I think I'm about 7 minutes in. But there was one lady that when they were doing this, they were doing the survey and stuff, kind of had this attitude, and she may have said something that my older sister heard, said something along the lines of like, we don't really need something like that here. It's gonna cost money, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. And mainly it sounded to my sister like this is the kind of lady that's more of a mom and pop kind of person that needs to be shown that it's not going to affect her or anybody else. But again, like I said, the reason Walmart wasn't entirely welcome with open arms is because Patterson, just like any small town, is a kind of a backwards at times community. And what I mean by backwards is they're not, okay, first of all, they're forward. They go, okay, basically backwards, what I mean by backwards is basically they're used to things the way they are. They'll accept maybe one fast food restaurant being built like a Taco Bell, maybe another pharmacy store like a CVS or Walgreens being built, and that's fine. But because it's a backwards town, they depend on only one major outlet, one major store for all the conveniences. In this case, it was Save Mart. And Save Mart's a good store. A little pricey at times, but they're a good store. But basically, that's who they depended on this whole time. Or they would depend on the local markets, if you will. And that's basically what I mean by being a backwards community. They'll accept, like I say, having a Taco Bell, maybe a CVS, maybe a Walgreens, all built, so people can have a little more, have some other options, but they don't want another major retailer like Walmart coming in and sucking the life out of the one place they depend on. You see, to them, Walmart is basically would take away everything. That's why it wasn't really welcomed that much. It wasn't welcome. Basically, that's why, in a sense, even though those that welcomed it, like myself and my family, way outnumbers those that didn't, there are those that didn't basically welcome it and probably still don't welcome it because of the fact that they're backwards. They're backwards, they don't want to progress forward, and basically they feel it's unnecessary. You see, to them, to those that are backwards, basically they feel that a Walmart is better suited in a Modesto region or a Sacramento region. Or even when I used to work for them, and hopefully will again, when I first worked with them, a Lawrence, Kansas University city. That to them is where Walmart belongs, not here. And again, you want to look at that high cost deal, or whatever it is, of Walmart, that film they did on Walmart and how it ruined small towns' businesses. You know, go ahead and watch it. I don't believe it for a second. They bring jobs. Basically what a Walmart does, and they've been saying it for the past few years before it finally opened yesterday, that it brings jobs. It brings opportunities. And also, it's giving all of us in this community another option, other options. It also saves us money, especially with the economy the way it is. It also saves us money the way the economy is. It saves us money because it allows us to spend the money here in town, keep the taxes, if you will, here in town, but it also saves on gas. I mean, gas prices, we don't even know sometimes we either go up, down, in the middle, but it saves on gas. And for someone like me, I don't have to spend $2, $3, maybe $25 or whatever, $2 or $3 on a bus ticket, go to Walmart or Modesto, spend another $2, $3 coming back or whatever. Instead, I can just walk up here to Walmart, get what I need, come back. If I feel like, hey, I want to get myself a Blu-ray player, which I'm planning to do, I can go walk up there and get it. It's as simple as that. And people don't realize that. There are those that, like I said, that are backwards. Again, I'm checking my time there. That are backwards. They're so backwards, they don't realize that. They don't see the benefit of having this store. And I'm sure Walmart's not the only one that suffers this. I'm sure if a small community said, hey, was told, hey, you guys are going to get a Target, or you guys are going to get a Toys R Us, or a Sears, you'd have the same kind of backlash. Well, maybe not as much as far as Sears goes, or Toys R Us goes, but Target, if you had a Target show up, you get the same kind of backlash. You get the same kind of backlash as that Walmart's getting. Because people would say Target's going to take business away. You know, maybe they are, maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they support the small businesses like Walmart does. Because Walmart, the people that work at Walmart, the people that run this corporation, they realize that they're not going to have, they'll have everything, but they won't have exactly everything. You got to look at it this way. Taking my time there. But again, you got to look at it this way. Walmart has, just about everything you would think of, but they won't have everything. There'll be a few items here and there that they won't really necessarily have, that you'll have to go to other places, small businesses, Save Marts, Walgreens, CVS's to get. So they realize that, and that's why they support them. That's why they freaking gave a check of $1,500,000 or $15,000 to the community. And let me stop.